So when it comes to the Jonathan Majors story that broke about his domestic abuse allegations, the allegations against him by his partner, um, I wanted to take my time before actually giving my thoughts on this, on actually discussing this story, because these stories are so commonplace at this point. These stories are everywhere at this point. Of course, the whole Me Too movement. Dude, people want to jump onto something. People want to jump onto these type of stories and they want to, you know, say this or that and pick a side and everything. And I'm like, can we just wait? Can we wait till we get more information? Can we wait till we get more details? Can we wait till we get more facts? Like, why do we have to jump on this and pick a side right off the bat when we don't know what the hell happened? None of us know. I don't know. You don't know. None of us know what really happened. All right. Now, let's actually dive into this article from Variety, shall we? And if you don't know who Jonathan Majors is, Jonathan Majors, you probably recognize him from, I believe he was in Creed 3, but more recently, he is playing Kang the Conqueror as the new big bad of the MCU. So that's who Jonathan Majors is. So let's go ahead and dive into this. All right. So according to this article from Variety, as Jonathan Majors prepares for a May 8th court appearance on domestic violence charges, his PR problems are about to get bigger. Now, if you guys don't already know what is going on with Jonathan Majors, is that because of the domestic abuse allegations, he has been dropped by a number of agents. He's been dropped from a number of film projects. He has been, kind of shunned by Hollywood at the moment. But surprisingly, not from Disney and the MCU. Not yet, anyways. As I'm doing this live stream at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday, April 21st, he has not been dropped by Disney and Marvel as Kang the Conqueror. Very interesting and honestly, kind of hypocritical. We'll get to that here in a little bit. So, sources familiar with the matter tell Variety that multiple alleged abuse victims of Majors have come forward following his March arrest and are cooperating with the Manhattan District Attorney. The prospect of more women waiting in the wings, would mark a dramatic turn in the case and comes on the heels of Majors' publicist and management firm cutting ties with the embattled actor earlier this week. The DA declined to comment. So apparently, more alleged victims are coming out of the woodwork to go after Jonathan Majors. Surprise, surprise. Jonathan Majors is innocent and has not abused anyone. We have provided irrefutable evidence to the district attorney that the charges are false. We are confident that he will be fully exonerated, said Majors' attorney Priya Chaudhry. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Maybe Chaudhry. I think it's Chaudhry. Priya Chaudhry in a statement. That is Majors' attorney. So he was arrested on March 25th in the Chelsea neighborhood of Manhattan on charges of strangulation, assault, and harassment. At the time, NYPD spokesperson said in a statement that a 30-year-old woman told police that she had been assaulted by Majors 33 and that she sustained minor injuries on her head and neck and was removed to an area hospital in stable condition. Now, wait a minute. I thought this was actually his partner, like his girlfriend or something. Maybe it wasn't. All right, moving on. But Chaudhry mounted a immediate and aggressive response, insisting that the actor is probably the victim of an altercation with a woman he knows, and suggested the woman was having an emotional crisis. A source familiar with the chronology of events says the attorney released a statement while he was behind bars. Chaudhry's husband, Andrew Burke, is serving as Majors' crisis publicist and doubling down on the narrative that Majors was the victim when he released a series of text messages on March 30th that were intended to be exonerating. In the text exchange, which has not been independently verified, the woman wrote to Majors, "I told him it was my fault for trying to grab your phone," and stressed that she told police that this was not an attack. The woman allegedly wrote, "Please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me that you won't be charged. They said that they had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew that we had a fight. I'm so angry that they did this, and I'm sorry you're in this position, and we'll make sure nothing happens about this. I love you." So, Okay, so is this woman actually okay? So maybe I was right to begin with. I thought this woman was in a romantic relationship with Majors. That seems to be the case. I know you have the best team and there's nothing to worry about. I want you to know that I'm doing all that I can on my end. I also was going to tell the judge to know that I also said to tell the judge to know that the origin of the 911 call was to do with me collapsing and passing out and your worry as my partner. Okay, so it was his partner. All right. I don't know why they didn't make that clear in the article earlier. So I was right. But for many who were in business with Majors, the text messages, I can't talk tonight. Let me get a sip of water. The text messages had the opposite effect and raised more questions than they answered. Namely, why the woman had lost consciousness. Could have been due to a medical issue. Honestly, there's medical issues that can cause that. You read like a bad Lifetime movie. They basically look like the text messages of a textbook abused woman, says one person who is working with Majors on an upcoming project. Okay. So you guys can go check out the article for yourself. Just do a simple Google search. Do a simple Google search. Wow, I can't talk tonight. Holy crap. Do a simple Google search and you can look up the article yourself on Variety. So, Majors is not having a very good 2023 so far, unfortunately. Hey, I'm right there with you, buddy. 2023 has kind of been a sucky year. I'm not going to lie. It's not been a good year so far. But I do want to talk about this issue, and I do want to get my thoughts on it and let you guys know where I stand. So, when it comes to this whole thing with Jonathan Majors, I don't know if he did it or not. All right. I don't know. You don't know. None of us were there. None of us knows what went down. All right. None of us knows what happened exactly. He's got a court hearing on May 8th. But to be honest with you, this whole process, this whole trial, everything leading up to the trial is probably going to take at least a year, I would say. So we're probably not going to get a resolution on this until 2024. And I kind of feel like this is the same situation as with Johnny Depp and the Amber Heard situation. Now, I don't know if Majors is going to come out as squeaky clean as Johnny Depp, because when you look at that case, it looked like Amber Heard was actually the abuser and Johnny Depp was the victim. I don't know if that's going to be the case here with Jonathan Majors. I don't know what the guy is like. I don't know what his relationship with women is like. I have no earthly idea. But what I do know is that it is too early to be taking sides either way. Now, I could sit here and jump on the bandwagon and say, yeah, let's get Majors. Let's take him down. You know, obviously he did this. You know, hashtag believe all women, blah, 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 blah. No, hashtag believe the facts. Hashtag believe the evidence. Hashtag follow the evidence. Hashtag believe the truth. All right. Believe proof, evidence. That's what we need. All right. Listen, regardless of your gender, all right, whether you're male or female, you're still capable of lying. You're still capable of being corrupt. And the fact that we have all these other women who claim to be victims of Jonathan Majors, dude, we've seen this before. Some guy gets accused of something, whether it be sexual or violent or whatever. And all of a sudden, out of the woodwork, boom, you get 13, 14 different allegations coming out against this guy. And it's just like, why did you never come forward, years ago? Why didn't you come forward sooner? Why now? It's because they see that this person is in this situation and in the environment that we live in now, the Me Too era. They think, oh, this is my chance to finally get some name recognition, to get some fame, to maybe get some money out of this, to make bank. That's what they're thinking. All right. That is what they are thinking. And I can understand it on one hand from a financial standpoint, because it's like you can make a hell of a lot of money. The quickest way to get rich in America is to sue the crap off of somebody, to sue the pants off of somebody, to sue the crap out of them. That's one of the quickest ways to get rich in America. All right. So from a financial standpoint, I get it. But legally and morally, it is so messed up. It is so messed up. And Majors, if he didn't do this, and I don't know whether he did or not, I don't know. But if he didn't do this, then he is losing out on money because he's been dropped from film projects. Maybe he's going to be replaced as Kang the Conqueror in the MCU, which, to be fair, would be very, very easy for Marvel and Disney to do. Again, Kang is a multiversal villain. They can just say, oh, we hired this new actor to play Kang. And as far as like how it works out in the MCU, as far as how it works out, in story, it's like, this is just another variant. Now, true, there was the whole Council of Kangs at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and they all look like Jonathan Majors. But you can tweak things here and there. You can bend things here and there, and you can put in another actor to play Kang. And a lot of people wouldn't question it, again, because you have the whole multiverse thing going on. You could easily do that. Now, the fact that they haven't done that yet, the fact that they haven't dropped Majors, I have to say, I'm actually kind of impressed. Maybe they are going to wait to see how this plays out. And to be fair, they could honestly use a break from making Marvel movies. Like at this point, Marvel has gone so far downhill from what it was in the Infinity Saga that they probably should take a break. So you know what? Let's take a break. Let's not put out any Marvel stuff for a year. Let's spend this next year just trying to figure out where we want to go from here. By then, maybe Jonathan Majors will have his court case and we'll have a verdict and we'll see the facts and the evidence for ourselves. And we can say, okay, this guy is a dirtbag. Lock his ass up, sue the crap out of him. Let's go. Or the evidence shows that he's innocent, that he didn't do this stuff, that this is all a stretch. He's a good guy. So he's good to go. And hey, welcome back, my man. You get to play Kang the Conqueror again. Maybe. And honestly, I think that in situations like this, and I said this about the Johnny Depp situation as well, if someone loses out money because of allegations that are false and they're proven false in a court of law, I think all the companies and the projects that dropped that particular person, they should have to pay them back for the money that they would have made from the movie. If they signed a contract like, we're going to pay you this much to play this character, they should have to pay that back. And they should be forced to put out a public apology. I think legally they should have to do all that. I also believe that if someone lies in situations like this, if you come forward with a claim and you're lying about it, you should have to suffer a penalty. You should have to pay the person that you falsely accused. And I think that would help to keep people from lying. And again, I don't know if this woman's lying or not. These text messages came out and they do seem to go in Jonathan Majors' favor. They really do. Now, given the text messages have not been verified yet, if they go to court and the text messages are in there, it looks very, very good for Jonathan Majors. We'll see. But if you lie about something like this, if you try to ruin somebody's career, you should have to pay a penalty. You should have to pay them. All right? Look, I believe in innocent until proven guilty. All right? And I know that's not popular today with the court of public opinion. I get it, but I believe in innocent until proven guilty. So I have to see the evidence, the facts, the proof. I have to see that brought forward first that condemns Jonathan Majors before I sit here and condemn Jonathan Majors. And he could have done it. All right? Now, the other thing is that I think this is very hypocritical on Disney's part, because Disney cut ties with Johnny Depp. They were talking about for a while after the whole Johnny Depp allegations came out against Amber Heard, they were talking about rebooting Pirates of the Caribbean with an all-female cast or some nonsense like that. And they cut off ties with Johnny Depp like that. However, here with Jonathan Majors, it's been like a month since these allegations came out. And as far as we know, he's still Kang the Conqueror. So on the one hand, they'll cut ties with Johnny Depp and they'll, you know, kick Johnny Depp out of the role that he's probably the most famous for, Captain Jack Sparrow. They'll do that with Johnny Depp. But then with Jonathan Majors, he doesn't get the same treatment as Johnny Depp. And I'm not saying that he should, because the Johnny Depp treatment was absolutely terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And then it came out that Amber Heard was the abuser, not Johnny. Like the stuff that she did to Johnny Depp, the emotional abuse that she put him through was pretty damn awful. That being said, I think it was a toxic relationship all around. Johnny shouldn't have been in a relationship with her. It's like my dad always said, don't put your dick in crazy. Do not put, listen to what I'm saying, all right? Guys, don't put your dick in crazy. You'll regret it. But maybe Majors was in a toxic relationship with this woman. I don't know. But listen, I don't care how good it is in the bedroom. It is not worth risking your career. Don't do it, guys. Don't put your dick in crazy. But we'll see how this goes, man. We'll see how this goes. I'm not making a judgment either way. The text messages seem to go in his favor, but they're not verified yet. And who knows if they're going to make it to a court of law. Maybe they will. If they do, that's a very good sign for Majors. But we're not going to know the end result of this for a while. Not for months, maybe not for a year. We're not going to know the end results of this for a while. But give me your thoughts on this Jonathan Majors story. Give me your thoughts on everything going on with this situation down in the comment section down below. Oh, before I go, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about. And that is these accusations that have come out that Jonathan Majors was a narcissist. He was very narcissistic. He was a bully. That may all be true. All right. But I talked about this situation with the creative type of people out there, and that would include actors. I talked about this when it came to the Seth the Programmer situation, in which people still misunderstand what the hell I was doing in that situation. I wasn't defending Seth as being the saint or something. Like, people think I was clearing him of all accusations. No, Seth came out and admitted to a lot of the accusations. He came out and admitted to the bullying. He came out and admitted to the stuff that he did to people. All right. I never defended him on any of that stuff. All I said was I don't think that Seth did anything illegal, and I don't think he's done anything so terrible that he can't be redeemed and he can't come back from it. All right. And the man said that he was getting help. And as far as I know, he is getting help. He still posts on YouTube occasionally, not as much as he used to, probably because he's seeking that help. I hope he's seeking that help because he did need that mental help. And I don't think, again, I don't think that Seth is a saint or anything. I think he did a lot of messed up stuff. But is he this monster? Is he well, I think we're far enough in the stream I can say this. Is he a pedo? Stuff like that. Is he irredeemable? No, I don't think he is. I think he can come back from it, but he has to make up for a lot of stuff. And I don't think he did anything illegal. And that seems to be, I was right, man. It panned out that way, okay? Unless some other thing comes out, all right? But I said about Seth what I'm going to say about Jonathan Majors. Listen, people who are very creative, and that would include YouTube content creators, that would include writers, that would include directors, that would include actors like Jonathan Majors, authors, what have you, artists, people that are very creative. It has been shown in studies time and time again, their brains, their minds work differently than a lot of other people. People that are very creative, they think in a way that is different from other people. That's why they're creative. And people that are like that usually struggle with mental issues. They usually struggle with depression. They usually struggle with addictions. They struggle with a lot of stuff because their mind works differently. And honestly, if we're being fair here, the world is not designed to commendate people that have that different mentality. It is a one size fit all society, if we're being honest. It's Society is designed to fit people that are willing to shut up, lower their heads, bow their heads, do a 9 to 5, go home, wake up, and do it again the next day. The worker bees. And there's nothing against that. We need people like that, but that's what society tends towards. All right. People like Jonathan Majors, people like Seth, people like myself that do have these minds that work differently. Society does not accommodate them in any way. Okay. Now, given Jonathan Majors makes a lot of money, he's doing pretty good. Seth, even after all the drama with Seth, he still has hundreds of thousands of subscribers. He's still making money. All right. As far as I know, his channel is still monetized. The dude is good. All right. I hope to be there one day as well, doing this YouTube stuff. I'd like to write a book one day or a comic or something, because I have a lot of story ideas in my head that I would love to bring to life. And I hope I get big bucks off of that. My dream is to create something like a Star Wars or a Harry Potter. My dream is to be the next George Lucas or the next J.K. Rowling, and to create something that becomes so popular that they're making movies and toys and merchandise and games and all sorts of stuff on it. And every single month, Big Daddy J gets a royalty check and I'm set for life. That's my dream. All right. Where was I going with this? Right. So Jonathan Majors being a narcissist and a bully doesn't surprise me, because that's very common with creative people. Now, is it a bad thing? Yeah, but he's probably got mental issues going on, like a lot of other creative people. Does that make him an abuser? I don't know. We don't know the answer to that yet. We're going to find out once the evidence comes out, but I don't know. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's an abuser. You can be a narcissist and not be an abuser. You can be a bully and not be a physical abuser. All right. Maybe he's gotten to that point where he's making so much money. He's on top of the world. He's in one of the biggest movie franchises ever, and he's let it go to his head. And so he's come off as very arrogant, like a bully. That doesn't mean that he's been involved in domestic abuse. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But give me your thoughts on this Jonathan Major issues down in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this. And of course, support the channel financially by becoming a patron on Patreon for just $3 a month, and you get early access to certain videos over on Patreon. If you're feeling extra generous, check out my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal. All of that information is down in the description box below as well, and it's going on at the bottom of your screen right now as well. That would be very much appreciated. If you can't do that, again, you can support the channel by liking, subscribing, all that good stuff, and share the content so that others can subscribe as well. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Once we hit that mark, we get monetized. We start making money off of ad revenue, and the algorithm starts promoting us hardcore. So let's get to 1,000 subscribers. We can do that, folks. We are growing. We can get there with your help. All right. Until the next one, this is JeskerJames signing out.